Hello, good morning, and welcome to Da Nang, Vietnam, the largest city outside of Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh. And I took a 2.5 hour train from Hue a couple of days ago. I've just been catching up on some editing, but I haven't really explored yet. So today I'm doing the full package. As you can see, it's spacious, developed. There's skyscrapers on the other side of the peninsula. There's beaches. There's lots of high-rise hotels. There are beach resorts by the beaches. And first of all, I'm going to head to the Marble Mountains because there's also spectacular landscape all around here, intertwined with history. This place is booming at the moment. Lots of development. So I'm starting today off with the part of Da Nang that's interested me the most, which is the Marble Mountains. There's 5 of them. They're like craggy limestone hills. At the base of the mountains, you'll find marble sculptures everywhere. On both sides of the street, most of the marble is imported from China, as they don't want to destroy what's up here, because then tourists won't visit anymore. Now making my way up. $40,000 for a ticket to make the walk. There's a couple different paths, I believe, but I've gone with this one because, well, it's in the shade. So I've just figured out there are many paths and steps leading in different directions to different caves and pagodas, and so this ticket enters you to everywhere and you can just roam around. There are 5 mountains that make up the Marble Mountains. Each of them is named after the element it's supposed to represent: water, wood, fire, metal or gold, and earth. The water one is the largest, and it has some natural caves. Early morning is a good time to do this, of course. The earlier the better, before the heat kicks in. And I'm tired already. I heard you need to take frequent stops because it's quite steep and quite difficult. But there's pagodas, as it says here. Tam Tai Pagoda. Check it out. Cue the thematic music. Some of the caves here are quite narrow. You may have noticed a change, or slight change, in style of my videos. I always filmed more raw videos, I think, but recently I had a bit of a realization that I really wanted to focus more on videos with no extra fluff, just showing the place for what it really is, in my opinion. That's why I've removed my introduction, which served the purpose for its time as my introduction, but it's time to move on and get more raw with my travel videos and go the opposite way to the way a lot of YouTubers are going. I think that's my goal, and let me know what you think of the more like raw style. Highest peak, yes please. Nobody else coming up this way because these steps are quite steep and I look as if someone's thrown a bucket over me at the moment. That's sweat, not water. Don't know if the camera brings it through. Wow, here we go. First viewpoint. We're not at the top yet though. the highest peak on the Marble Mountains. Hoi An in this direction. This is south of Da Nang. 30-kilometer long stretch of beach, which the Americans nicknamed China Beach during the Vietnam War. It's where they used to come and rest and recuperate after fighting. Other craggy limestone hills around here. And also, the city centre of Da Nang is in this direction. You can see very far in the distance the Dragon Bridge and a couple other bridges. I'll be going there later. You can see the city of Da Nang on this side of the river. The other side is the city centre and filled with resorts and hotels on the beach. And Mai Khur Beach I'm heading to later, a bit further up. And the famous peninsula here, which you can motorbike to the top. Amazing views to just soak in up here. I'm gonna go back down, head back to my hostel, take a shower, early evening, come out again when the sun's gone and film a bit more of Da Nang, including the beaches and the city and some bridges. I have a 6-pack of abs worth of sweat, which I've never really had before. It only sort of gets my back and a little bit, but Vietnam I think may be the most humid country I've ever been to. More than, in my opinion, Singapore, Malaysia, Hong Kong, China, parts of China. I could be wrong, maybe it's just the time I'm here, or because I'm here now I think that, I'm not sure. Anyway, gonna go back and have a nice cold shower and then we'll regroup later. It's now a bit later here in Da Nang. Check it out. Can you believe this is Vietnam? Development is insane. The roads are wide and clean. There's not much litter. I'm heading towards the beach now, which is just in this direction, and gonna go for a nice cool evening stroll. My shoes are off. The sand is very nice on the feet here. Lots of people here playing volleyball and dipping their toes in the water. The name of this beach, as I mentioned earlier on in the video, is Mai Khur Beach. It's sort of attached to the suburbs of Da Nang. You can walk down for a very long time, I believe, as it is 30 kilometers long, but eventually I think you're gonna hit some resorts, but I doubt you'll make it that far. Much nicer to come here in the evening or late afternoon. Early morning would also probably be quite nice. Let me show you the moonlit sky just in front of me. To admit, this is a near perfect beach. The sand is very nice. The walk along just down here is just super nice on the feet, and really good temperature, plus all these beautiful skyscrapers to look at and this amazing moonlight here. So I've now moved from the beach side of Da Nang to the other side, which is where the most famous landmark is, arguably, the Dragon Bridge. I'm going to get to that in a little bit. However, there seems to be a lot of interesting stalls over here in this direction, so I'm going to go ahead and check these out first. Very unique Dragon Bridge, which sums up the progress of Da Nang. You can see the incredible view across the river here. I've been walking along the Han River for a while now, and I've reached another bridge which is very nicely lit, changing colours. Da Nang is definitely best explored at night time for the atmosphere, the weather, everyone's going to be out, and the lights of course, which is really a good feature. I'm going to end the video there. Tomorrow I'm heading to Hoi An, which is a very famous place in Vietnam. Very touristy, but my first visit to the country, I can't really miss it. So stay tuned for that if you want to see it, and I'll see you then. Peace.